For the same amount of money, would you rather drive and buy a C7 Corvette, or would you rather get the Tesla? Me, I'd rather get the Corvette, and I need to explain to you why. I have a connection with, muscle cars, with engines in general, as do a lot of people, a lot of my brethren and sisterin. Sisterin even a word? I don't know. But we have a connection with it because we grew up with auto shop classes in high school. It's something that we had in connection with our family. It's something that we did as a hobby, pulling engines out, yanking the cam out, putting a more higher performance cam in there, better heads, things like that. It's part of our DNA, if you will. I didn't have a lot of things in common with my daddy. We didn't really do much together. But one thing we had was cars. My first car was a 1969 Camaro SS with the original 396 big block. The thing was bad. Now, the way I got it was, I bought it in 1994. That shows you how old I am. And then I set about to rebuilding it. My daddy and I, we didn't really have the world's greatest relationship. But what we did do was pull that engine out, rebuilt the entire thing, and I do mean the entire thing. We rebuilt the transmission. We went ahead and did all the suspension. Heck, he even helped me learn how to do interior. That's something that I never pictured myself doing. And to this day, I remember just how much fun it was. I was cut up, bloody and bruised because I was dropping things. I was cutting myself up. But it didn't really matter. I had time with my daddy. It was fun. It was something we had together. Now, fast forward to today, it's something that's always in my heart, something that's always there, something that feels good, holding on to that memory. And it's something I want to continue doing. This that I'm driving is that C7 Corvette. I've already done upgrades to it. Did I do them with my daddy? No. But I did them with my wife. The reason I did it with her is this is actually her car. Mine's a C6. So if you see a bunch of stuff in the back right there, because we didn't zoom out all the way, it's her emergency roadside blankets and pillows, and I think she even got some, granola bars or some hippie stuff like that in there. But, man, some of these people just drive awful. But what I'm trying to say is I have that primal connection, as do a lot of folks. Now, electric cars, I'm not against them per se. As a matter of fact, I'm sure at some point I'm going to own one. But let's talk about what they are in comparison. They're rolling living rooms. That's what they are. I mean, you look at it, you got a luxury living room, you got, your really nice interior, you got 5 million different touch screens, you have vents that you can't even see. That was really strange to me when I was in the Tesla. You have all these amenities, self-parking. I think it wipes your butt for you too. All right, maybe I'm going a little too far. But that to me isn't something that I can have a connection with. That's something that is simply now a mode of transportation. I don't envision that being a hobby. Great performance, 0 to 60, and then the battery's got to cool back down. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into, but that's not what I'm into as an enthusiast. I love being able to yank the engine apart. I love being able to modify things to my heart's content. Sir, you drive like a jerk. And by the way, you want to save some money on gas? Instead of yelling, "Let's go Brandon" all the time, how about you just pull your foot out of the pedal and drive at a reasonable rate of speed? Hang on, I'm going to check. So again, this is a C7 Corvette. It's the base model. The last 50 miles, I have got 27 miles a gallon, with the high being 41.6. If I could show you, I would. I just can't yank them cameras off. Maybe the next video I'll go on there and show you. Where the heck was I? Oh yeah. So when you're talking about a Tesla or a Rivian or Lucid Air, yeah, those things perform great. They go in like a blast, 0 to 60. But I happen to prefer not just drag racing, but I love racing on the track. I'm fortunate enough that I live really close to Willow Springs. I can go there pretty much whenever I want. I just can't see taking a Lucid, a Tesla, any of those up there and just whipping them around. I don't think that would be much fun to me. Hearing that primal roar of the V8, being able to feel the gear shift. Well, this is an automatic. That's, again, it's her car. It's an automatic. It's a little bit different, but it's still relaxing. It's something that I love. It's something that I just feel that connection on the wheel when you grip it and you're flying down the road. I say flying down the road. The speed limit's 65. I'm doing 65. Again, you want to save some gas, stop driving like a jerk face. Another thing with the Teslas is this. Everybody who is all about electrification right now, what they're doing is forcing an agenda upon us. There's no discussion. Whenever you force anything upon anybody, it's going to come across rather abrasive. And truth be told, you're always going to attract bears with honey, not heaploads of goose shit. So, are you going to argue with? Are you going to belittle? Are you going to mock? Are you going to put down people like myself who thoroughly love performance cars and performance engines when they're internal combustion? Are you going to put them down? Or do you instead want to sit down and have a conversation with us and try and understand why we love them? Give us a choice. Do we want to still continue driving and buying these cars? Again, I'm probably going to wind up getting an electric vehicle soon, but one of the things that's held me off is going to be, it's still in its infancy. Technology it ain't there where I'd like it to be. The infrastructure is building. You're seeing more and more of these Tesla stations popping up. Heck, I just drove back from Idaho all the way down towards Los Angeles. Yes, I live in California. I know a bunch of people are going to give me garbage for that, driving the performance car here. How do I do it? Well, I register mine out of state because I have a address out of state because of my business. So I'll explain that in an upcoming video. Dadgum, my beard is coming in a lot better. Thank you, Beard Brand. And they're kind of sort of sponsoring today's video. If you go ahead and click the link tree that I got in the link in the description, you'll find out how to save some money on that beard oil and the brushes and everything they got. And I'll tell you what, honest to goodness, my beard, we had all these little patches in it. It doesn't anymore. It's smooth, it's soft. All right, so now with the Teslas, the electrification, as you're driving around, how many of those, little stops where you can fill up are there? There's more abundant. I was saying I was driving back from Idaho, and I was in, what was it? Was it Walker Lake? Yeah, it was Walker Lake. And that's a tiny, tiny little place. Technically, it's in Nevada. It's like right on the border with California. Ain't nobody there. I think it's population 5 or 6. And I saw, I think it was 10 different ones of those little charging stations. I thought, well, that's kind of impressive. That shows me the technology is emerging. Right now, I'm seeing them as incredibly expensive. I'm not somebody who wants infotainment. I'm not somebody who wants to even really turn on the radio. I don't. I like to cruise and drive. So it's not a vehicle that's really made for me right now. I did a video on the Mustang Dark Horse and why I think it sucks. And a big reason for that was it's got a bunch of garbage in there I'm not going to use. I say strip all that out and sell it as an enthusiast car, lower the price. Okay. So now we're talking about a C7, which I'm driving, versus the Tesla. Me, personally, I want the C7. I like to drive and feel it. God Lord, man. Y'all couldn't see that, but he was on my bumper for a while, and he was following so close, I was halfway tempted to roll down the window and flick a big old booger on there with all y'all watching. I lost my train of thought. Baby, what was I going to say?
That you prefer the C7 over Tesla.
That's right. I prefer the C7 over the Tesla because they're two totally different animals. It's not like comparing an apple and an orange. To me, it's like comparing an apple and a Wolverine. One has all that personality and bite and ferociousness. The other one's kind of a nifty little snack that I enjoy, and I take bites of it, and it's sugary, it's sweet. I enjoy it. It's delicious. I would say that would be the Tesla. Well, the Wolverine, aside from being a heck of an awesome character and having 3 pretty decent movies, the second one kind of sucked. It's rabid, it's adventurous, it grabs hold of you, it snarls, it bites. That's something I love. By the way, why do Tesla drivers drive so gosh darn awful? I mean, you got 10 million sensors in your cars, but you still weave in and out of traffic like you think you're Ricky Bobby. You ain't. I think I'm going to get some type of electric vehicle when, one, the price comes down, two, the technology has progressed a little bit even further, maybe a different battery system, three, the range improves, because this car, I can drive way over 500 miles on a single tank of gas. One, because I don't drive like a moron, and two, I don't drive like a moron.